George Perez, I heard him say his own name, and he said Perez.
Hmm.
So I'm going to try and do that and break 40 years of me saying Perez. It's Perez. You have to respect how he says his own name, because I have a long name, and it's always pronounced wrong.
Paul or
Pow, I know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Just yesterday posted on his Facebook page that he has stage 3 pancreatic cancer, which is a terrible news, of course. Everybody who has listened to this podcast and knows me knows I love George Perez. Sorry, George Perez.
Yep.
I think I even quoted that I want him to have my babies. So, I mean, that's how much I love George. So we wish him all the best. I just saw a post today where he's in awe of all the warm regards and nice messages that he's getting on his Facebook page. So I'm glad people are telling him he's a legend. I did. I posted too and told him he was a legend. But that's terrible news. Not what you want to hear, especially around the holidays, but anytime really. When I told my wife, she said, "I'm sorry" to me, knowing how much it's going to affect me, how much I have grown up with his art and how much I appreciate it. I can't imagine going through that. He's choosing at this moment not to do any of the chemo and stuff and just kind of enjoy his time without having to deal with all that. When
Yep,
I can
on his terms.
yeah, on his terms, I can respect that. I'm pretty sure given that diagnosis I'd probably do the same, but I don't know. I'm not in that situation. We wish him the best and hope for a miracle. Just because the doctor said you have 6 months to a year doesn't mean
That's always the case.
that's the case. It proves that I hate cancer, and I know cancer affects a lot of people, and it's certainly affected people I know, and we need to find a cure for that.
Very, very true. It's, you think about how many people are impacted by that, and just astonishing. My dad passed of leukemia, which is, I believe, a form of cancer. But,
Yeah, my dad had colon cancer, so
so there's a lot of relevancy here.
yes, a lot. Because he's had colon cancer, I have to get a colonoscopy every couple of years
Oh,
because
boy.
it's hereditary. So
Yeah,
I don't
using
want to
Colt
say you
Fist there,
get
Doc?
I don't want to say you get used to a colonoscopy,
Oh,
but I've had 3 or 4 now, and each one has gradually become easier. Maybe because I accept the medication that makes you forget, within 15 minutes
yeah.
of what you've just done or has been done to you.
Yeah,
It's
it
very interesting.
bypasses your whole.
Did you say it bypasses my hole?
Yeah, I didn't get to complete that sentence, but yeah.
No, I think it goes right through the hole.
Yeah.
Doesn't
It doesn't go
bypass it at all.
around.
But I think I'm due for one next year, so it's something to look forward to. They even suggest colonoscopies. Is this a medical podcast? They suggest colonoscopies.
And that's why I like colonoscopies.
You're listening to, and this is why I love comics.
Oh no, you cut out again. Hey, while Mike's trying to find his microphone, welcome to another episode of And This Is Why I Love Comics. I'm Andy. Mike's here somewhere having some sound issues, but he'll be back on. He just kind of appears and disappears when he wants to. So that's going to be half the fun tonight. We have a interesting topic which came to me via an email that I got from a listener, and Mike went into sleep mode again. And while Mike's trying to find his microphone, I just wanted to say I know this is a self-indulgent podcast episode. Really wanted to talk to my friends about our past, and that included role-playing games. So this one is role-playing game centric, and I promise we'll get back to comic books in the next episode, the Christmas episode, which is going to be fun and exciting. So please bear with us. If you like role-playing games, there's lots of inside jokes, but we do talk about role-playing in general, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, we are joined by several people. Well, let's get into the
Just gets me.
episode. I already did the intro, so I'm going to keep the intro and I'll just edit out all this stuff. No.
Good luck. Good luck.
We have a couple guest mats on the episode today. We are here to talk about role playing games, and I mean tabletop role playing games. For some reason, our childhood was filled with tabletop role playing, and since it's our podcast and I like to talk about things that I want to talk about, except Mike always seems to pick the books that we talk about. But because this is a comic book podcast, can't just talk about role playing games, although that's what we're going to do. So I have to ask one comic book related question. Who's your favorite comic book character?
Dr. Fate.
And that was right out of the gates. I mean,
Man.
it wasn't like even a momentary pause. It was just like, boom, there it is. It's like, I think I knew that Dave's got a tramp stamp, and I think I know what it is. It was like that quick he got to it.
You drew it for me.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm glad that my college courses went to something good.
Dr. Fate. Okay, well, mine favorite character is Dr. Fate too. I didn't know we shared that. See, I'm learning something new every day.
I didn't know yours was.
Dana, did you ever collect comic books?
No, I never got books.
Why not?
Don't put him on the spot. I mean, this poor dude is
It
like,
involves reading, and I do my best to avoid reading.
I understand. I should have known.
yeah, the pictures helped, but not quite enough to offset it completely. They
Right.
still put those words on it.
It's because he was under the impression.
Very true.
We're going into inside baseball already.
Right. That's what I was hoping for.
And the impression, okay, and I know we're diving deep into our own personal histories here of tabletop gaming, but what was that game related to that it had the pre-generated characters? But I thought, what was that game? Do you remember that phrase was associated with?
It was not Gamma World,
Oh, the pre-generated?
Yeah.
World, but the one or two that.
That's a good question. We're all really old and we don't have that memory anymore.
Remember the sayings.
Yeah,
We don't even know where they came from.
No, but it became part of our lexicon. I mean, we were using those phrases from that point on, and then just to kind of cue other people into or clue other people into the origin of a particular phrase. You know, for those who may or may not be familiar with role-playing games, is that you get to design your own character. And that was one of the key components to it. And I think if we recall this correctly, we gathered together one night to play said games, and instead of being able to design and create your own, a thing called pre-generated characters were developed and handed out to all participants. So you were assigned. It was like getting an assigned seat on the bus. It was like that level of audacity of like, what? I thought I was going to sit with my friends. Instead, it was, hey, here's a pre-generated character for you. You don't even get to decide what you get. You just get hammered into this role, and you're going to have to like it.
Right. Well, the funny part was, I don't even think Dana remembered saying that until a couple years later when we reminded him.
No, it was that, and it definitely was years later because we kept bringing it up and making jokes, and he would laugh along thinking it was somebody else until he finally realized, no, we were talking about you, and he's like, when did this happen?
That's so perfect.
Right. Do you remember that, Dana?
All very good, as you gentlemen are aware, type 1 diabetic. I do believe it had to do with in that time. By the way, was the game called Star Frontiers by chance?
That may have been it.
No, because Star Frontiers. No, it wasn't Star Frontiers because Andy was running the game, and Star Frontiers. I think I was the only one who ran that one.
Yeah, you're the only one that owned it at the time, and you ran a few of those games. Yeah, I don't think it was Star Frontiers.
I want to say I think Dana was right when he mentioned it, though. I think it might have been Gamma World.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's talk about the origin of our role-playing days. Now.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And Dana checks out.
That's right.
That's the last anybody ever heard from Dana.
Hello, Dana. But when I started role-playing, it was because my brother played, and he kind of got me involved in it back when I was a wee lad. And I think, Dave, you and I met, what, 4th grade? Summer 3rd, maybe?
No, second.
second grade? Okay.
It was summer between second and third grade.
Okay. So I was off by
Rob
a
Lewis.
year. Yeah, Rob Lewis. And eventually we were playing almost every summer before your mom stopped us from playing the rest of the summer, I think, Dave. I don't know. I don't have my memory on that.
Yes.
But
Oh yeah, because of playing D&D and all the
I
bad
said
things.
frock.
I said frock. Yeah. Exactly.
Hey,
Was that during that
guys.
time?
No, that was years later. But in my defense, where I work right now, I have found out that is a real word.
Frock. It has meaning. We can say it on the
It
podcast.
means freight. Yes.
You're not confusing it with frock, are you? A little dress that one wears.
Yes, he said off frock.
Yep. I like to have a covering over my whole body. So if I could just get my frock, that's all I'm looking for, please.
That was more D&D related, frock than frock, but
Yeah. Or, you guys were really deep into Battlestar Galactica. And you
right,
just said
that's
frack.
frack. So Dave and I played a lot in elementary school. I can't believe we were playing in elementary school. But
Gotta
and
start 'em
then
young.
right. And then we met Dana. I'm trying to think how that encounter happened. Dana, were your brother John knew my brother? Is that how it went? Or Sheldon, maybe? I think Sheldon was involved in this.
I believe it was a combination of Sheldon and your brother, possibly. And I don't remember, and maybe that's something I've done intentionally.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, though. My brother and Sheldon knew John and then was friends with you somehow. And we started gaming with you and then, like, the Sheelers. And were you there, Dana, when we
He's
were...
brother, so I know him.
Yeah, we had a big group for a while, and then it kind of strained down into the regulars. I'm trying to remember... did you ever play with Sheldon, Mike? I don't think you did.
I think I had like maybe one encounter, and I don't think we actually played a game. I only think I met him on a singular. Because I remember I did play with Shannon.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only connection I had to that extended family. And then I think I saw him in passing, the brother in passing here or there. But coincidentally, when I was presenting, oh no, you were there, Andy, when we were at that the Grand Rapids Game Convention.
Oh, yeah.
And you were helping demo one of my board game prototypes. You had, I wouldn't say reconnected because that makes it sound like as if we were still chatting, but it was like, we just like, hey, great to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. And both Sheldon and his family and Shannon.
Shannon, yeah. That's true,
were
yeah.
there.
I got their phone numbers, but I never actually called them after that. But and they didn't call me either, so it's mutual.
It's a mutual.
But yeah, it was nice seeing them again. That was just 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, I feel like it.
Yeah.
And then, I think it was like maybe the next year I did demoed a different game that I was working on, and it was just Sheldon and his family came by, and we had a good chat. It was weird because, like, again, I had only encountered him once in our years of youth, and then I see him twice in a matter of like maybe 2 or 3 years, and I've had more meaningful conversations in our latter years than anything that from the bygone era.
Right, yeah. And that, I guess, leading up to I have a few questions I needed to ask these people who I gamed with and that I don't know the answer to. Like, Dave, why did we role play so much, and when did we discover girls?
That's a kind of a trick question. I think they're very much mutually exclusive, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah. As far as why did we role play so much, I mean, in the beginning it was just something new and something that we could all do and use your imagination. And
right.
It was just really cool to play. Discover Girl, I'd say middle school.
Yeah, it was definitely middle school.
Actually, maybe even before that, because I think like 5th grade, I think you had a girlfriend, Jenny?
Yeah. Girlfriend in quotes, because,
yes.
in 5th grade.
5th grade, yes. But I mean, from that standpoint, it wasn't completely mutually exclusive.
Well, that's true.
But they didn't
I knew they existed.
didn't go hand in hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like the Clark Kent Superman. They both exist, but not simultaneously.
So I was going somewhere with that. Dana, I won't even include that. He's been married to Stacy since I've known him. Right?
Did we ever
Yeah,
tell?
I kept her hidden down in the basement while we were role playing all the time.
Yeah, I believe that. You had her after we gamed. You had her look for the
I
dice we
guess it
lost.
goes. I guess it goes to those stereotypes of gamers.
The dice he lost in the carpet.
Yeah, in the carpet in your basement at your mom's, Dana.
Oh.
I forget what we called it, but it was
The carpet of devouring,
yeah
or
something like that. Dana, the first game I remember playing with you, I think was James Bond, and I think John was running it. You start
Yeah,
playing D&D
definitely.
first, and then jump into other game systems. Like, I mean,
Yes,
let's see, your brother.
I was probably 6. I have this is on my end. It was like 6 or 6 started role playing. Who we all know, my brother Jonathan or John. He went off to camp, scout camp, and that's where he found out about Dungeons and Dragons. And he came home and said, "Great," and it's something we had to play it, and actually went out and purchased the game. And this was even prior to Dungeons and Dragons basic books, the one with the blue covers. This was the small booklets,
Oh yeah, like the photocopied
and
ones.
those are black if I remember correctly. Yeah, exactly. And therefore, that's where we got started. And I actually rolled up my first character was a fighter. Very creative name was, and I still actually have copies of those handwritten characters.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I used to have copies of a lot of these characters that I had and stuff, but I think Mice got to them in store, so I don't have any of that stuff anymore, which upsets me. But that's life.
Now, Dana, did you have
I,
did you have Stacy then
and
organize those character sheets so they kept them in Mylar for you? Is that what her purpose was way back when?
No, Dana did that in himself and kept them in his briefcase.
That's right, the briefcase.
she's the one that has the organizational.
He kept them right next to his
Still
red eye
have it.
bleed die.
You still have your briefcase?
I do indeed still have a briefcase that I believe was about you out there that are red eye bleed die is full 6 eye, but some of the pips are black, and the other 50% are red. And playing a game that some of you may know of is War Fantasy Battles. And if you wore leather armor, you had a 50% chance of, getting the bonus from that protection of leather armor. And I would just roll the 6-sided die, and it came and I bleed.
Is that where that came from? I always wondered where that was.
Yeah, that's what it's from. And I have no idea that particular 6-sided die, where that came from, actually.
There is something to be
Probably
said
just,
about like dice
stole
breeding.
it from some other game.
Dave, you've played a lot of games over the years, and I've
Why are you
always
saying
wondered.
I'm old?
Yeah, you are. Well, I was gonna say you were
No, I'm not.
the
I'm not.
oldest guest we've had on here, but I think Dana's older than you.
He's got me by 2 months.
2 months. Is that all?
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess. So you're not the oldest one we've had on here, but close. So you
Yeah.
played a lot of games. What was your favorite looking back on it? What did you enjoy? What game did you play the most that you liked?
Well, those are two questions different. My favorite probably was Game Marauders, only because of the one time when we were at my cottage and my dad joined us and made a character.
Yeah. Gamma World, you mean?
Gamma World.
Gamma World.
One that I played the most, probably being D&D, only because of the fact that we started that, and for how many years, that was basically the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, for years we played that, especially through middle school, definitely. But
Yep.
yeah, your dad made Xeon, right?
Xeon. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that day.
He made them, and then he's like, "Okay, you can play them. I don't want to play them." He just
Right,
wanted
yeah.
to kick.
Do you think that was just like a bonding experience? He wanted to come in and see
It,
what it was all about?
no, I totally think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot like your dad. Whenever he'd come into the room and do the light check, yep, they still turn off.
Right, yeah. He just wanted to check in. And,
I just wanted to make that he wasn't checking in to be certain summoning the demons of the
Oh,
world.
hey, I just needed the power. Okay.
Again, with all the inside gaming.
right.
Yep. So many phrases.
Yeah, that's half the fun is trying to figure out where they came from now. Of course, when I want to think of one, I can't. But let's ride them. Let's be friends with them. Like
I don't know who said
Dogs are
that.
barking.
right, dogs are barking.
Big gem magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Came
In
from
or
the
outside
eggs.
of this game, I'm going to screw you over any chance I get.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I had that in my notes. The Jason moment. Yeah, Dave, you and Jason had some exciting moment. And
No, that was Jason and Greg.
Oh,
that
that's
one
Greg?
was Jason and Greg.
Okay, well.
Greg, yeah, Greg was the one who ended up basically backstabbing the group and screwed Jason. And when he got up and left, he said, "In or out of the game, I'm going to screw you any chance I get."
Was that Shadowrun or Warhammer?
That was Shadowrun.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
The Warhammer one that Jason got so upset about was the one where Mike did the wish that everybody would forget what happened, and Jason was so upset because of his character and how bad what you guys did, and he forgot, so he couldn't do anything about it.
Right, yeah. There's so many arguments while we were role played. It's hilarious looking back on it now. But
I was going to say, I think my favorite Mike memory that I have is you what, like a half ogre or something, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
And of course, in Warhammer, if you roll this damage, you get to roll it again. And you were
Breaking the finger.
like interrogating someone and patient, and you said, "I'll break their finger." The game master, Jonathan, okay, it's not going to inflict any damage really, but you better roll it 600. And when you ended like rolling what 5 6s in a row,
Yeah. It
and
was something.
I
Yeah.
think you ended up killing the guy.
oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
You
That
talk
one,
about his half. You talk about his half ogre. Made me remind me of John telling Dennis that he saw 3 half ogres, and Dennis comes back to the group and he says, "There's 3.5 ogres in there."
it's like the top half of a third, the fourth one. It's like a decimal place, 3.5
We're
ogres
like-
into a room.
We're like, "What? 3.5 ogres?"
That's like you find yourself in a room.
Yeah.
What am I doing there? And why?
Right.
Can I say hello to myself?
That was one of my favorite moments is when we were playing Paranoia, and I think Greg killed somebody with a pencil. Like you
Yeah,
rolled a
that was
1
New
and
Year's
then
Eve.
20. Yeah, New Year's Eve party over at.
No, Greg got killed.
Or he got killed. Yeah,
Dana killed him
that's right, with a pencil.
because Greg
I
was
killed
like
him with a pencil.
Greg was like a blue or something like that, and Dana was a red. So Greg was just like, "Yeah, I'm all powerful." And he walked up to Dana, and Dana just turned around and said, "Ha!" and stabbed him with the pencil,
Right.
and rolled a 1 and a 20 and killed him.
I do like Paranoia. I think that as we get older, I think that would be an interesting game to play again with everybody.
Oh, that one would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that would be fun.
Well, I mean, with the latest trend in role-playing games of almost being GM-less, Paranoia almost, if you set up a loose parameters just to kind of like get that little snowball at the top of the hill, you just give it a nudge. That's about all you need to do with Gamma World. I'm sorry, with Paranoia.
Yeah.
And it's just that little nudge, and then the players will just take it from there and just go absolutely nuts with any opportunity they will try to. 'Cause I think somebody we saw they teleported, or they could make another person levitate, and so we killed them because we thought they were flying or something like that. I can't remember how that one worked, but
Yeah, the mutant power.
Oh, yeah, somebody actually, you killed me because they made me float.
Oh, and
I'm
then
like,
we played
no.
Yeah, we played volleyball or something like that. Volleyball with an electrified net, and you're
Yeah.
shoving people into the net.
Yeah, I'm not sure when I was GMing Paranoia that I was in the right frame of mind to GM that. I'm not sure why I brought a volleyball game in to a Paranoia game. There were some nights, I hate to break this to you, where I was just winging it. I
So,
know, right?
Say it ain't so.
Right. I wasn't the greatest GM that I thought I was.
and Andy, that leads me to a question.
To a
This is very
quest.
suspenseful.
I know.
The cliffhanger moment.
How much has your book reading actually influenced?
That sounds like an email I got the other day. For me, comics definitely influenced my role playing. I probably stole some scenes or ideas from comics. Now, I don't have a particular one that I remember stealing or anything like that, but I'm sure it influenced it enough. Or, oh, that would be fun to put so and so in this situation and see what they would do and what they could come out of it. I mean, a lot for me when I GM'd was more about trying to put people in situations where I was just curious or I thought it would be fun for them to try and get out of the situation or how they would handle it. Now, that's me looking back at it. Probably back then it was just how fast can you whack this creature and kill it and get the treasure. That's probably more what I was thinking of back then because I'm not sure. Some days I put too much thought into it, but I think I did. I have a lot of books and notebooks probably somewhere in my storage area that I planned out this huge campaign. Did a lot of it. I mean, we played so much back then. So, I mean, I'm sure I was influenced by comics. Mike, when you GM'd, how was your influence?
Yeah, I would. There's a little bit of a caveat in that a lot of the games, when I got into gaming at that point, Dungeons and Dragons was not the only game in town. It was a lot of them were already licensed, and so a lot of the games we had were already built in. So like the DC Heroes role playing game, or the Star Wars role playing game, or the ever amazing Indiana Jones role playing game. So a lot of the games had a themes that you could already draw from. And, so when we did any offshoots off of those games, I was more of going like, well, how can I do a derivation off of whatever the movie or whatever the property already, so you felt like you were in that world. So in some ways, yeah, I never really, took something and said like, okay, we'll take Lord of the Rings, but we're going to make it in the superheroes, and we're going to do the superhero, and you guys are going to take a MacGuffin across, the continents or whatever it is. So unfortunately, I don't think I ever was one that I was able to kind of take a direct lift from something and carry it over into the gaming. And I think also, and unfortunately, we got so many games, so many games. And that was going to be one of my questions, was to see like how many games can you name that we actually like played.
That's funny
But
because I
oh
started a
man,
list and I could only get like 15, and then I remember back when we were gaming in my room. I wrote this huge list of games on this piece of paper. I just trying to remember everything on that list was impossible. Like I'm sure I sold 90% of what I had, but I just remembered another one. I'm going to write it down while I'm thinking about it. Doot, doot, doot. But okay, Dave, name 5 games we played or
Gamma
didn't
World,
play.
D&D, Warhammer, Star Frontiers, Top Secret,
Ooh, I forgot about that one.
Champions, DC, Marvel.
I got one for you. Tune.
Yeah, Parent. Toon, yeah.
yeah,
I totally forgot about that game.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it is.
yeah. I think that the one thing I only remember from that game, because I think I played it just a singular time, was the portable hole. The
In Tune,
classic,
yeah.
the game mechanic of just having a hole that you could throw onto anything, and it puts a portal basically
Yeah. How about
through
this one?
whatever that item.
Chill.
Yeah, I don't
Call
think I
it
ever played that
Cthulhu.
one.
Yeah, Cthulhu, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's sacrifice Dave.
Still have boy.
Yeah, that one was that one that my brother GM'd
Yeah, your
it?
brother. Your brother did.
Yeah, see, yeah,
Oh, yeah, I do remember
I
that.
forgot about that. Yeah, he GM'd that one, and there was like a bunch of worshippers of cultists, and we're completely outnumbered. Guess who's candidate? You're
Somebody
the
goes to the
candidate.
bathroom. Hey,
Yeah. By the way, you were tossed to the wolves, so to speak. I
Yeah.
forgot all about that.
Well, Dana had Ghostbusters, and that was a good game. And have you seen it on eBay lately? Because it's like $300. Yeah.
Data style that way, like, well, that could have been my retirement fund
Right.
right there.
two more for you, Andy. Shadowrun and Cyberpunk.
Ooh, Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. That was yours, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, Cyberpunk was mine.
Yeah.
I actually still have it.
Oh wow. I wonder if that's. I mean, that's probably got some value with the new RPG. The Keanu Reeves RPG thingy that's out there, or the video game.
Oh, the video game? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's tied into that cyberpunk.
Yeah, it probably does have some value to it. Yeah, Cyberpunk. Well, Dave used to run. You had Star Frontier, Cyberpunk. Who had Rifts? Was that Dennis?
Dennis did, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was that Palladium game system.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had the Turtle game, right, Mike?
Yeah, I had Turtles and Heroes Unlimited. Both of those were based off of that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and then the Heroes Unlimited, which is their superhero version using the same game mechanics.
Heroes Unlimited with the clickable things, right?
That was Hero Clicks. Coincidentally,
Oh, my bad.
the things that click that are heroes. What were those called again?
Hey, Dana, you're coming in real clear now.
Yeah, thanks.
As we wrap up this episode, we'd like to thank Dana for his appearance.
But
Coming in crystal clear now that we're done.
did we say Judge Dredd and Star Wars?
Oh,
Judge
yeah.
Dredd,
yeah.
Star Wars. James Bond came up earlier.
Yeah, James Bond.
Yeah.
I bought a set of James Bond rules a couple years ago just because I had to have it.
You bet.
What was the
It was.
What was the game?
I still
game you
like.
had to must.
I like the way their system was,
Yeah, it's
as
still
far as
it works pretty good still.
yeah.
That was a percentile game, wasn't it? Like you had a certain percent to hit and certain percent to find things out. It was all.
Yep. And you had your ease factors that were based upon whether your percents could increase or decrease based upon, obviously how difficult the task was.
Yeah, I thought that system for being done so early on in the RPG world, I think it worked very well. I've been trying to get some of the other supplements, but they're a little more expensive, and I don't have a deep desire to get them all, but that system really was pretty good. Just like Champions, that system, as odd as it was, I think it was 3d6 you'd roll.
3d6. Yep.
Something about that system worked very well.
It's not, the 3D6 isn't as bad as Shadowrun, where you had to have like 120 six-sided dice to play.
Dice pool.
Yeah. Well, I think Star Wars was the worst for that, though. Because, I think with Shadowrun, I'm trying to remember which one it was, but I know for certain that Star Wars, the West End Games version of Star Wars, that is, you had to add all the pips together. So if you were a Wookiee, you started off with a 7D on strength. So you already rolled 7 dice, and you had to count every pip, every 11 pip.
For me, DC Superheroes is still the best superhero system out there. I loved
Not
Marvel.
villains and vigilantes?
No, I loved Marvel and the factors. I don't know what they're called now. What Earth
Heroic
X
or
and
something.
Unearthly.
Yeah,
and,
Shift X,
Shift
Shift
X.
Y, Shift Z, and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, but it's just a nostalgic like. It's not because it's a good system like.
No.
What was the game that
I
you
think
had
I
to
enjoyed
muster out?
Champions the most.
Champions, yeah. The
Yeah.
game you can muster out, that was Traveler.
Traveler.
Traveler. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I must have
Yeah.
missed that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can die during the character creation.
I think
It's
I did
always
every
good to be
time.
able to do that.
I think Dave did every time, yeah. Oh, my character's dead again. He served 12 years in the army and then died.
Yeah, because you
I'm
could.
mustering out on the second year.
Right.
It's amazing how many of these games we only played once.
Yeah, that's the problem with having so many games. Is either the GM would get bored quickly, or like for me, I'd GM for a little bit and then I'd buy a new game and I'd want to play that instead, or like it's like all the new shiny game I'd want to do, and then and a lot of it was what did we have the most fun with. I think that's why D&D was always one we came back to. Or here's another one I just thought of, Amber, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a great game.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we played that a lot.
Diceless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for being a
diceless.
diceless game, that one worked pretty well. And that only worked because of the players were willing to just go all in, because
Especially if Jason was playing, because all you had to figure out which attribute he wanted and not bid on it.
Because it wouldn't go up.
Yeah, he would outbid everybody, and then you'd be stuck.
I don't know. I want to clue you guys in something about Amber. Spell it backwards. What do you get?
Was that the Greg discovery?
Yeah, Greg.
He was super excited. Like, guys.
guys, they come from the eggs.
That's not Greg.
No, I know it's not.
I just have one thing to say before I go.
Right. So many good lines.
Yeah.
What is a Don John?
Well, and the great thing too about gaming and even comic books, to try to tie that back in is, yeah, great friendships are built upon that. I mean, how many years, guys,
True.
have we been together? And,
Right.
And
Well, I'm
already
only
talking
23, so
You're 23?
about.
Gaming keeps
Boy.
you young.
Right.
yeah.
I'm surprised by that, but I don't know, Andy and Mike, did Dave possibly fill you in on what happened today?
No.
No.
Well, it's amazing how things kind of all come together. Maybe there is indeed a greater game master, dungeon master,
We're all in the Matrix.
that we're all in that matrix, exactly. So Dave and I actually got together earlier this evening and met at my place that we're building on the lake there, and sat down and talked there. Stacy was along. Showed Dave where Stacy's going to be kept now. And, which, by the way, I don't think she'll be listening to this podcast. But it's amazing. And, I don't think he knew I was going to be on the podcast and vice versa. So it was just great to know all that.
That was last
So-
minute decision by me to go, hey, I should get Dana on too.
And it's crazy how that all kind of came together.
Yeah.
To get all of that and just know that those friendships are there. And Mike, one thing that I still cherish is that drawing that you did of the comedy and tragedy masks and colored
Oh, good
pencil.
grief.
Hey, no, that's great.
Yeah, those are some, I wouldn't call them necessarily cringe, but they're definitely learning moments. We'll put it that way.
Well, it's a learning for you, but we all appreciate your art, Mike.
Yeah, that is actually one regret of mine is that I don't know when I lost them, but in between one of my moves between houses, that I don't have any of them anymore.
Well, I'll send you some. I have a bunch still.
Yeah, Andy kind of pulls one out, takes a photo, sends it to me as if it's like blackmail. It's like, I knew you when.
Remember this 9th grade drawing of Colossus?
Hey, you want to do a podcast together? No, not really. Click send.
You're right.
It's,
That's how I got Mike on there. Yeah, you're right.
You're going to talk comics or people are going to see what you've done.
That's right. Look at this Dr. Fate you drew when you were 15.
Oh, man. I had no idea who these characters were. He's like, I guess this is what they do. They look like this. I think I've seen a photo of them.
But that is Dana makes a good point, is just bringing it back to friendship. It's kind of why I wanted to do this podcast, and as crazy and hectic as it's been already. I know some of us met for lunch a couple months ago. I mean, was it a couple months ago? I think it was.
Yeah, and we're looking to
I
do
must
that
not
again,
have been
but
at
somebody
that one
hasn't
because I met for
it was
breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. Yeah, you're right. I'm old.
looking
I'm
to
sorry.
do that again, but somebody's not responded.
I turned 50. I'm sorry. Yeah, who hasn't responded? Oh, that was me. Dang
Yeah.
it. But the friendships we've made, even though I joke about how we've yet to discover girls, although we just did discover that Dana had Stacy locked away, which now I'm going to call the police after this. But you know,
Oh,
we've managed to hang around even when we don't talk that often. I still feel as close a friendship to you guys like you were family, and maybe that's because you guys are family. In a lot of ways, I saw you more than my family when I was 20, and when I was, well, for Dave, since I was born.
Yeah, I was there.
Right. And so, I mean, you
Come
guys,
on out, Andy. We got some gaming to do.
right. You guys have been around longer than a lot of friendships, and I just really appreciate all that. And, like, there's not a day goes by I don't think, well, that's too bad we don't get together more often, but, reality strikes and we all have kids and responsibilities and we've moved away, and, that's a shame, but I don't think that has stopped us from being friends
No,
at all.
you've got either you're only a message away, and you know that when you pick up that phone to message somebody, it's just like you talked yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yep. So I mean, that's the great thing about role playing. I mean, it all got us together. Even when we didn't role play, we just hung out. I have memories of just going to 7-Eleven, grabbing a Slurpee and a bag of Doritos, and hanging out.
You say that, Andy. I actually Gabe wanted to go to the comic store again this weekend, so we went to Tardy's, and we ended up driving just because where we were at. I said, "Hey, I can do this. It's not out of the way." Drove by your house and my house, and then I drove down, and I said, "Andy and I used to ride our bikes down here once a week, and this used to be a 7-Eleven, and we would get a big gulp and comics every week."
Yeah, that's it, and that's the joy. I mean, that makes me smile every time I think about that.
Nope, same here. Like I said, it was just a random thing just to drive through the old neighborhoods, and it's
Yeah.
like, yep, this is what we used to do.
Past Aaron's house, we haven't talked about Aaron, but he's a part of this too, even though he won't go
Yep.
to breakfast with us.
Nope.
There's other players. I wonder what happened to them.
Rob and Kevin.
Yeah, Rob and
Bob.
Kevin when we were growing up.
Yep, and Bobby.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Jason,
Jason,
Oh,
Kelly.
which I don't know how many of you actually did play with Kelly. I mean, obviously I did.
Yeah, I played. I don't know if it was Bond, but I played something in your basement with Kelly.
Yeah, I think we did Dungeons and Dragons actually.
Yeah.
Because the memory that I have is Jason and Kelly, and maybe it has something to do with my brother John as the game master. There always seems to be that inter-party conflict, which I love, but hey, that's beside the point. But Kelly had psionics or something like that, and Jason was wearing plate armor, and Kelly thought he would be all mighty and powerful by starting to heat up his armor, but of course he had to concentrate on it because it was such low level. Jason would just go riding by on his horse and bonk him in the head, and he
To
would lose the
distract him.
concentration.
Right.
Yeah. And that went on for like 5 or 6 rounds. It just,
I
took a
kinda
moment
remember
for Kelly to catch on.
Now, whose house was it that we went to? And it was a mobile home. And
That was Dawn's.
okay,
When I mentioned Dawn, I thought of the same thing because we had to leave to take somebody home.
yeah.
We were going back there, and we couldn't find it.
that. Yeah, we got lost. I think I was
We drove
driving.
her-
I just couldn't.
We drove around for like a half hour, and we couldn't find it.
People are leaving angry.
That's the phrase. I was trying to remember the phrase. I just remember we were at some place and it was just a complete collection. It was like, the entire Time Life collection of misadventures.
Yeah, we all died like 15 times, and we were all so mad that we just left.
And then, as we walked out the door, somebody, I feel like it was John, people are leaving angry. And every now and then I'll think about that phrase. But it's like, oh man, people are leaving angry.
Yeah, because I think we had to bring Mike home, and Andy and I went back, and we just couldn't find it. We're driving around and driving around, or
Yeah, we had every intention of showing up again, and then we just couldn't find it. And it was before
Because
cell phones, because that's how old we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we were using smoke signals and still
Right.
couldn't use it.
And
And
that's the
then,
thing is, again, it just brings back that reminiscing on all of that. And I think you started off by asking, why did you start gaming or why were you gaming?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it had to do with friendship. It didn't have anything necessarily to say we were geeky or nerds or whatever. It just was a simple way of being able to get together and eat beef
Have
jerky
fun.
and
Yep.
have fun
Yeah.
and enjoy the camaraderie.
Other groups get
You-
together for sports. We just got together to laugh and use our imagination, I guess.
As much as I would like to say, well, it gives us that moment to escape the evil realities of the world we live in and create the evil realities of a made up world, that would be great. But in reality, I think it does have to do with friendship.
it also gives you a modicum of control. There's a lot of things, especially at that age we were at when we started, or at least when I started gaming. There's that propensity that you had towards, like, I have no means of transport of my own. I have no control over where I go to school. I have no control over what classes I'm taking or the teachers I had or anything. And you're just like, ah. But then when you got a moment for gaming, then it's like, I can control an entire universe. I could transport myself wherever. Oh, holy crap! All the things
Right.
I couldn't do in real life. Yeah, like to your point, Dana. That escapism was a huge, huge component, at least on my end.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you guys are aware, I enjoyed more of the playing aspect of being one of the player characters. There are very few games that I actually game mastered, dungeon mastered, because frankly, I sucked at it and really enjoyed more of the playing character side of it.
There was one game I remembered you GM Dana. I can't remember what game it was, but the theme I remember was Genesis, and it was based on the
That's
song "Home
Dream
by the
Park.
Sea."
And it
Dream
was
Park,
Dream
that's what
Park.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was Home by the Sea.
Home
Yeah,
by the Sea.
I don't think any of us
exactly.
figured it out.
I think it took. I thought someone finally caught on, but again, I don't think you guys were necessarily as big into Genesis as I was at that time.
Not at that time.
And sadly, he is back out on the road, and
Yeah, I was going to
it's.
ask you about that, whether
Oh,
you had your tickets yet.
no, I don't think I could do it. PBS did a documentary about it, and I mean, he's in sad, sad shape. He being Phil Collins, that is.
Yeah.
And he's actually kind of more doing singing talk, whatever that's called. Those guys of you that were in
Robert
local
Goulet
areas
style.
probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creeping up the blind side, kind of, yeah, it just isn't.
Well,
I think I would like to remember them when they were, yeah. Has nothing to do with comic books or gaming, sorry.
no, it's okay. We can branch out
Henceforth and future
future
wise.
wise. When you say that, Dave, I think of Show Us the Loading Docks Crowd
Crowed.
from Battlestar Galactica.
You know,
But-
I got those DVDs.
Oh, you do?
I actually do.
Dave first said Gamma Marauders, which got me laughing because that was great fun.
It
But
was.
then there's
Bonanza.
Talismans.
Pod Bonanza, that's right.
There's a Pod Bonanza in Area 4.
Right. Well, that's
Awful
right. I
Green
remember
Things.
playing Awful Green Things from Outer Space with
Oh, man.
Dave or
And-
at Rob's.
Snit's
Rob-
Revenge.
Yeah, Snit's Revenge. I
Snit's
still own those.
Revenge.
So, I mean, we played a lot of games over the years.
Yep.
That's for sure. When's the last time you role played, Dana? I mean, like on the table. When's the last time you role played tabletop role playing game? How's that question?
Wow. And actually getting together in a group, man.
Like I tried to think when's the last time we met as a group, all of us, or everybody here. Like that was probably like did we stop? That was 2000, early 2000s, mid 2000s.
We've done I was thinking we've done
Yeah,
some
because
since then.
I
I
mean,
mean, I
don't get me
know,
wrong. We had a good run. We went like 30
Yeah.
years, you know.
I would say we were still getting together our college years, right?
Well, we didn't college, but we did college though. Dana was in the '90s.
Well, we played
We
like
did
over at the
some
Casey's.
online. Yeah, and we did some online.
Right, but I guess that's what I took the question as being when we got together as a group, et
Yeah.
cetera, or at least for me. I can't say it probably would have to go back to the early 2000 then. You know, hey, we grew up and there's kids and there's all of those things about being an adult. Yeah, I guess I did do some role playing with my kids, so, but as far as this group goes, no. And I
Yeah.
think it turned more into doing some of the tabletop gaming instead because of the fact that it was quick and you didn't necessarily have to have that history of the campaign,
Right.
etc.
And we knew we weren't going to get together again soon after, so there's no continuity involved or anything like
Yep.
that.
I think I
Yeah.
remember the last time I can remember doing it was at my old house, and Gabe was less than 3. He was like maybe 2. And the only reason I remember that was because John kept coming over, and it was almost like every time he came over, he gave Gabe something like a little toy or something like. But that
That's
would have
cool.
been 12 years ago.
We used to game at your old place, Dave, quite a
Yep.
bit.
I remember one time going over to Dave's place, and it was by whatever that Discovery Elementary or whatever that one school is
Yeah.
called.
Yep. That was my first house.
Yeah.
And I remember going there once, and I think it was like in the front room that there was like a game set up, and you were looking at renovating the basement or something like that to
Yep.
make it gaming
And
compatible.
that was 2000.
Yeah, so that was the last time I gamed with you guys.
Well, I know we gamed after that, but not much after that, probably.
No.
So it's been a while.
Yep.
And then, yeah, like you said, we did do some online gaming, which for me was fun, or it is fun. It doesn't bring, like, for me, it was getting together and snacking, and, like,
Mhm.
that was the fun part. So it lost some of the, I know kids these days, to bring it back to us being old, like more of the online stuff, because you can do a lot more with it, but to me, it was getting together.
Yeah, getting together and doing stupid things like eating an egg in 2 seconds.
Right. Yeah, we didn't talk about Dietrich, but
So at this point, it has to be referred to as Dietrich or the D train. We can't put the first name
Yes.
in, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't mix it up there. Yeah, that was fun. We had a lot of challenges that I didn't participate in and watched you guys suffer through. That was fun.
Again, goes down to a game master named John. I think, what, going out and making a snow angel.
Yeah. Yikes. But yeah,
Which
Which way
is
is west? Which way is west?
Chicago, that's 5 miles.
Now, unfortunately, Dave and Dana, you may not have been a participant in this, but we were invited to a game session that Dietrich had run while he was in college. He was rooming or dorming out at the illustrious Grand Valley State University.
I was
And
invited, but I wasn't able to make it, and I remember this story. So please go ahead.
oh my gosh, it didn't. I mean, this is all like it's flooding back. It's one of those things that you kind of like,
was living with John.
Yeah, he was at the time.
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's
part
how
of it.
Dietrich came into the group.
But yeah, Andy and I went and we were playing. I think it was either Vampire or was it
No,
Amber? One of
it
the
was
two.
Amber.
Is Amber. And Dietrich decided to run it, and he had met up with some individuals, and I use that term very loosely. But when we get into this game group, and Dietrich, trying to get this introductions going, he says, "Why don't you describe your character to the other people in the room?" And this lady, she goes into the longest description of flowing robes and silken scarves and drapery that just loosely gathers around the cuffs, and it was I mean, like, romance novels don't go into this much description about their lead characters. It was unbelievable how long it went on and on. And I don't think we even gamed. I think it was almost like her description took so long that I was like, and our time's up. And that was that.
Well, that was
And were
their
people leaving angry, Mike?
yes, but that was also the time when John was there. I think John was there. Dietrich kept trying to get him to play, and John wanted to be difficult, I believe.
I find that hard to believe.
What is
Because
so out of character?
Dietrich and John sometimes didn't get along. I know that's hard to believe, but
Again, I find this hard to believe.
Stop spreading lies, Andy.
John was being difficult, and Dietrich kept pushing him. And John would just say, "Well, I'm just gonna sleep under this tree and think it's all a dream." And then Dietrich would have some animals bite him or whatever, and what are you gonna do? And I'm not gonna believe it's real. I'm just gonna keep sleep. Like the whole 40 minutes of this just continued on, and Dietrich would just get angrier and angrier, and I'm sure people left angry at that point too.
Yep, we all have those gaming sessions, of course, where, yeah, there's so many that are indeed great, but unfortunately there are those that you do have those animosities, if you will, that build. And
I mean, we can laugh at it because it wasn't us.
Phyllis Crumb.
Yeah,
Violet.
Violet
Right.
That was probably my best Shadowrun game.
Now, who was it? And I feel, Dave, I think I'm sorry, this might dredge up some memories, but speaking of Shadowrun, Andy was running a Shadowrun game, and we all charged into the building, and somebody stood guard.
I did, in the back. You guys told me to things, so I didn't come in. And I was the big brute, and you guys were like, come in. I don't hear anything.
The entire game, we're all like, pew, 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 zap, 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 run, 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 pew, pew. Okay, and Dave, you're standing there. And now back to everybody else. Let me ask this one. How many people still will use the restroom to solve a problem?
I still say my best thinking is in the restroom, so I still use that line to my wife. So
I just remember because I think who was it? They posed a question. I think it was Jonathan, wasn't it? That posed that question of like
a riddle.
Yeah, it's like the person who builds it doesn't want it. The person who bought it doesn't need it, and the person who needs it doesn't know it. And we're like, I can't figure out what the answer is. And no one could figure out the answer. And the closest thing we came up with was that stupid Indiana Jones game again.
Right.
And it was like, no one wants that game. It was so poorly constructed. No one wanted it. And if you gave it to somebody, they didn't want it either. It was like, ugh. But then, yeah, I think Andy or somebody went to the restroom, came back.
Jason.
It's a coffin.
Coffin.
Jason. Because he'd spend like 15, 20 minutes in the bathroom.
Oh, jeez.
Well, he probably looked it up on Google.
No, it's before cell phones. Come on.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, when you describe that time, I automatically am back at Dave's basement, and there's the bathroom right there, or the table right in front. You described that scene where the riddle was, and I know exactly where we gamed and
I
who
was
was
thinking
there.
thinking the exact same thing. It's like it's so vivid.
Yeah. After the games, my memory is people would start leaving, and the last few people would hang out outside by their cars, and we would talk for the next 2 hours.
2 hours. Yes.
Like gaming was over, and we'd still be talking. Like the person whose house it was would look out the window and go home.
My house. So often it was my house, and it's like all of a sudden I'd come upstairs and I'd be like, they're still here? And then I'd come out and start talking too.
Right. Like that's a great memory for me. And sometimes I was the guy yelling out the window, and sometimes I was the guy, outside talking. So I have one more question, and Dana had mentioned it before that Dana, you said you role played with your kids, and I've role played with my kids, and they like it, and wish I would do it more often. Dave, did you ever role play with yours?
I have not role played with mine, but Gabe has actually played some role playing games with some of his friends.
Oh, cool. And Mike?
Yeah, I'm in a similar situation. I've explained the gaming things, having worked at the game company for several years and so forth, and showed so they were aware of it. But then my son's played with his friends from school here or there, but it was like, hey, I'm not going to play with my old man. You kidding me? Kind of a thing. So it's a little like, yeah. So didn't actually game with them, but I introduced him to several.
Yeah, my boys, my older boys have done some gaming with me, and they enjoyed it. Let's see, my number three boy, my number three son liked it the most, I think, and he would play as much as possible. But the other two older boys surprisingly liked it. Like I didn't think they would. I thought they'd think it'd be dumb. It was a big shock to me. Now I can't play regular board games with them because they don't take it as seriously as I do. So I get mad, and then I get upset, and then I get upset at myself for getting mad. So there's that. But other than that, I had a lot of fun. But
I think with my oldest, I think the issue that he had with role playing is I think there were way too many options that come into play there, and you don't necessarily get immediately from point A to point B, while you could also go over to point C, D, E, F, G, H, I, etc. So there wasn't always a direct route. That's what I'd like to think, but at the same point in time, he huge online gamer and you are sponsored by World of Warcraft, aren't you?
yes, absolutely.
Okay. But he did that a lot. Now, my youngest definitely has that, I think, more creative aspect of things. And what he has done is, my understanding, he says some of the gaming that I've done with him and whatnot, he has then also gone off and done some gaming himself with friends as well.
So it carries on in the next generation a little bit. Now we haven't talked about online games like EverQuest and World of Warcraft until just now, but I always felt like I missed the boat on that because I was in this area that I had no internet, and you guys would be playing forever and ever and ever. But that's another way. After we stopped meeting regularly, I think you guys continued at least playing online enough to where you carried on that gaming for many more years after that. Like, you guys are still? Well, I know Aaron is still gaming like that. Are you still
Probably
playing?
doing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure he is.
Dave, log in and find out.
Right. Dave, are you still playing?
Actually, I have not played now in about 2 months. With Warcraft,
Oh dear,
they came
2
out with
months.
the.
I was thinking 2
well,
years, but
No, they came out with the classic, and we started playing that. I played it for about 6 months, and then I stopped for a year, and then they came out with the next expansion. So we started playing that, and I played it for about 2 months, and now I haven't logged in. So it's just more of exactly what we're doing right now, the nostalgia factor, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that, and wanting to see some of the old stuff again before they made all the changes and super simplified everything.
yeah, we didn't talk about vampires. That's the game that came to my mind.
Oh
We
yeah,
talked about TV, but with vampires, there was a couple vampire shows that
Yeah, Dark Shadow, the
Dark
revival.
Shadow.
Dark Shadows. Yep.
yeah, that I always kind of unconsciously based my characters on things I saw there or whatever. But
Yeah, Ruprick. Was that the not Ruprick? What was the name of the?
The Monkey Boy?
Monkey Boy.
I didn't even remember that till you said that. That's funny. The Monkey Boy.
I'm dying over here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go mute or something. I forgot all about. Oh, crap.
That's good.
wasn't Renfield, but there's like in the revival they had like a lackey character. And it was like everybody in anytime anybody had a stooge in the vampire game, it was like named after that
Right.
character. Yeah, that vampire game was good. And honestly, out of all the sister or companion game systems that they had, that was the only good one.
Yeah.
And the irony was like when you were playing vampire, it's like watch out for werewolves and wizards. They're unbelievably
Yes.
powerful, and one of them is all it takes to knock you out. And then it's like, oh man, really? Okay, that's crazy. And then like if you're playing werewolf, it's like, oh, don't get involved with vampires because one of them was going to knock you out. And then if you played wizard, it's like, don't
Yep.
get involved with werewolves or vampires because they'll knock.
Right. Yeah, we did all
Yep.
kind of have a certain type of character that we played for 90% of the time. Like even I would always play a Ventru or something like that, and Dave would always be a dwarf, or Aaron would be
Nothing in
Gangrel,
particular.
or it is funny looking back how we would always kind of play similar. We knew what we liked, so we kept playing the same guy over.
There you are.
All right, well, let's. I know Dave's got to get up
2 hours.
in 2 hours.
Pretty much.
So let's wrap up for this podcast. If you want to email us, like Bendix did, it's thisiswhyilovecomics@gmail.com. We're on the Twitter. Thanks for listening to our indulgent podcast about our past life and how we kept our friends. I don't know what else to say about it. I think what it comes down to is friendships and role playing seems to have worked for us. And
Go together like peanut butter and chocolate.
like, wait, what? Yeah, I was going to say peanut butter and jelly, but that's okay. So thanks for listening. Thanks to our two Matts for joining us, Dana and Dave. Appreciate you coming on, even though it was a rough start. We got through it. Thanks again for joining us. And this is why I love comics. I'm Andy,
And this is Michael.
and we'll see you later. As always, thanks to Thunder Chicken for letting me use their music. Go check them out on Spotify.
Can't find the answers. Crying people are winning this pointless war. These things are tomorrow. Just push in the knife to learn this forgiveness is an eyesore.
I wake up 3 hours before I go to bed.